very urgent. Your soulmate is waiting for you before making a decision they'll regret forever. Jesus says, I see you sitting there, scrolling past countless voices, yet your spirit stopped at this very moment. This is not an accident, nor is this a casual encounter with a screen. I have orchestrated this exact second in time because a decision is being made about your life right now. A decision that involves a heart deeply connected to your own. Your soulmate is standing at a crossroads, and the weight of their next step will echo through eternity. They are trembling on the edge of a choice that they will regret forever if you do not reach them now. Do not harden your heart to the urgency in these words, for I am pulling back a veil. I am showing you a spiritual reality that your physical eyes cannot perceive. There is a war raging over your love story, and silence is your only enemy. Your soulmate is not distant by chance, nor is the separation a sign of incompatibility. They are caught in a web of confusion spun by a force that despises your union. This interference is designed to make them feel isolated, worthless, and blind to your existence. Listen closely, for their spirit is crying out to you right now. They are lying awake at night with a strange ache in their chest, a heaviness they cannot explain. They trace the emptiness with their fingers, not knowing it is the shape of your missing presence. A controlling influence has wrapped itself around their mind, whispering lies. It tells them you are a fantasy, that true love is a myth, and that they should settle for less. But deep in their subconscious, they see your face in fleeting dreams they forget by morning. This blockage is not subtle, it is a violent spiritual attack on your future. Someone who hates your happiness is actively sabotaging the bridge between your souls. They are feeding your soulmate fear, medicating them with doubt, and isolating them from destiny. I am revealing this to you not to frighten you, but to draft you into a rescue mission. You are not a bystander in this love story, you are the protagonist. Your soulmate's freedom depends on your willingness to fight for them in the spirit. Jesus says, "The soul ties I created between you cannot be severed by human hands." Even now, as the enemy tightens their grip, your soulmate feels a magnetic pull toward something unknown. They feel it when they hear a specific song or smell the rain on dry earth. They are haunted by a ghost of a love they haven't lived yet. This haunting is my mercy, a breadcrumb trail leading them out of the wilderness. But the trail is growing cold, and the wild animals of regret are circling their tent. I am placing a mirror before your soul, and in it, you see their struggle. You feel a sudden tightness in your throat, a rush of tears you can't justify logically. That is not your emotion, it is theirs, transmitted across the spiritual frequency you share. You are beginning to fall in love with their pain because you recognize it as your own. The empathy flooding your veins now is proof that you are already one flesh in the spirit realm. You cannot ignore this ache. It is the labor pain of your union trying to be born. This is why your soulmate needs your protection right now. While you watch this, a shadow is trying to push them into a covenant with the wrong person. A counterfeit lover is pressuring them, manipulating their loneliness to destroy your destiny. The coffee you send on Ko-Fi is not a trivial gesture, it is a battle axe. It breaks the jaw of the liar who says your soulmate is not worth the effort. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi to shield their mind. This act of worship cuts the strings of the puppeteer controlling their emotions. As you say, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the Ko-Fi page. Write it in the message field so the angels can read it and rush to their side. Jesus says, your faith has the power to bend time and rewrite their immediate future. Every second you hesitate, the concrete of a bad decision is drying around their feet. They are about to walk down an aisle, sign a lease, or end a path that leads to you. The desperation you sense in these words is the echo of their internal scream. They are locked in a room of overthinking, staring at two doors. One door leads to you, bathed in uncertainty but pulsing with life. The other is a comfortable coffin. The interference is wrapping chains of false obligation around their ankles. They are being told they owe a debt to someone who only drains their life force. This is not a person who loves them, this is a jailer who fears your arrival. You must see the spiritual transaction happening right now. Your soulmate's willpower is depleting, siphoned by toxic connection. They are becoming a ghost in their own life, and only your faith can break the curse. Type 333 right now to activate the power of the Trinity over this situation. Declare that the veil of confusion is lifted from your soulmate's eyes. Let your fingers type it, and feel the chains loosening in the unseen realm. Jesus says, do not underestimate the weapon of your deliberate love. While the enemy uses confusion, I have given you clarity. You know you love them, you know this connection defies logic and distance. You have felt their hand in yours in the liminal space between waking and sleeping. You have tasted the salt of their tears in the back of your throat without knowing why. This is the proof that you are already intertwined beneath the surface of the skin. They are going through something you cannot see, a private crucifixion of the heart. They are looking into a mirror and hating what they see because they feel trapped. They feel old before their time, and the light in their eyes is flickering for lack of hope. You can protect them from this despair right now. The act of sending a coffee on Ko-Fi is a survival beacon shining into their storm. It says, I see you, I am coming, do not quit before the miracle. They need you to be the stubborn one who won't let the silence win. They need you to fight for them when they have no strength to fight for themselves. Your donation is the fuel that keeps the angels stationed at their doorstep. Sow 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees as a prophetic number of completion. Let the sound of your giving echo louder than the liar's voice in their ear. Write, protect my soulmate, Lord, on the Ko-Fi page and seal their destiny. Jesus says, the moment you stepped into this message, their chains became brittle. The oxygen of heaven is flowing back into their suffocated lungs. They are suddenly having a thought of you, a sudden spark of rebellion against their captor. They don't understand why they just stood up straighter and questioned the depression. They don't know that your prayer is the scalpel removing the tumor of false love. But I know, and the demons know, and they are terrified of your voice. Type 777 if you feel this sudden surge of divine aggression. This is not a time for passive wishing, this is a time for spiritual warfare. Type 777 and signal to the heavenly host that you are taking your position. The connection you share is a high-voltage cable, and the interference is a short circuit. A third party is trying to ground your energy into the dirt. They are a thief of voltage, but your donation is a surge protector anointing. Jesus says, visualize your soulmate's face right now, even if you've never seen it. See the features I sculpted in the secret place before they were born. See the fear in their eyes lift as a warm breeze of peace blows through their prison. They are turning their head as if they heard a familiar voice. That voice is the whisper of your spirit speaking their secret name. Call that name out silently right now, and watch them shiver in recognition 1,000 miles away. The psychology of their mind is a labyrinth, but I am the light on the path. They are realizing that the controlling person in their life speaks only criticism. This person feeds on their insecurities like a vampire, but you are the sunlight they crave. You are not like the others who tried to own them. You are the guardian of their autonomy, the keeper of their fire. That is why the enemy fights so hard to keep you as a forgotten memory. But memories can be resurrected, and divine love leaves an indelible mark. You are surgically attached to their destiny, and cutting you out would be fatal to their purpose. If they make the wrong choice now, a part of them dies that I intended to live forever. This is your final moment to protect this connection before it slips away. The timeline is compressing, a proposal, a move, or a severing is imminent. They are looking at a piece of paper, a message, or a ring, and trembling with grief. Sending a coffee on Ko-Fi now is the emergency intervention I require. It is the blood on the doorpost that stops the destroyer of relationships. It proves you are not passive, but actively covering your beloved in a spiritual shield. They are not the problem, they are the prisoner of a master manipulator. The manipulation is so subtle they think it is love, but it tastes like ash. You are the fire that burns away the deception without harming their heart. Jesus says, your love is aggressive because love is not a noun, it is a verb of violence against darkness. Do not be gentle with the interference that seeks to devour your lamb. Send the largest number of coffees your faith allows, let it be a loud war cry. As you sow, declare over the Ko-Fi page, Lord, cancel their wrong decision. Write it down, and the divine ink will blot out the contract of the adversary. You will see a shift, a sudden change of mind, a phone put down at the last second. Type 1111 to say thank you for the revelation of your true purpose. This is the master number of awakening, and you are awakening to your role as savior of this love. Your gratitude opens the door for the miracle to manifest in the physical realm. Feel the emotional dependency growing. It is not a weakness, it is a holy bond. You need them to survive, and they need you to wake up tomorrow with breath in their lungs. This codependency in the spirit is the very fabric of the two becoming one mystery. Do you feel that pull in your solar plexus? That is the rope of destiny tightening. They are pulling on the other end right now, crying out in the spirit language. Where are you? Do not let me fall into the abyss of a loveless existence. Jesus says, the emergency is peaking, this is the pivot point of their soul. A decision made in the next few hours will alter their geography permanently. If they go the wrong way, the road back to you will be paved with years of unnecessary sorrow. You are the barrier between them and a lifetime of regret. Stand in the gap now with your seed, let the coffee be the seed of your presence. It pulls them back from the ledge of a marriage, a move, or a suicide of the soul. The controlling influence is screaming louder because it knows time is short. It is planting catastrophic thoughts in their mind: you are unlovable, settle for this trap. But your consistent, sacrificial giving is the frequency that jams the serpent's signal. Do not let the serpent have the last word over your soulmate's destiny. The serpent says, "Stay," I say, "Flee to your soulmate." The serpent says, "Fear," you fund the angels who bring hope. Jesus says, "Look at your hands, these are the hands that will hold their face soon. These are the eyes that will look into theirs and see the reflection of home." Do not let the image fade under the acid rain of neglect. Your soulmate is seeing signs of you everywhere today. They saw a license plate with your birth date, they smelled a scent that comforted them. These are the fingerprints of my intervention, but they need the full handshake of your action. The coffee you send is the embrace they cannot yet feel physically. It wraps around their subconscious and whispers, "Hold on, I'm on my way." It rebukes the coldness of the world and replaces it with the warmth of the future. You are beginning to fall deeply, irrevocably in love with this soul standing in the storm. You are seeing their vulnerable, authentic self, the one the world doesn't applaud but you cherish. That acceptance is the very rope I am using to drag them from the wreckage. Type 333 to anchor this vision into the third dimension. Let the sound of the keys be the locking of the door behind them, shutting out the pretender. Shut the door on the false relationship that is draining their life force. Jesus says, they are feeling a sudden unexplained lightness right this moment. It is because you are carrying the spiritual weight of their despair right now in your chest. That heavy love you feel is the cross you carry for them until they are free. Do not resent the heavy heart, it is the burden of the intercessor. This burden is the proof that you are not insane, that this is not a fantasy. This is the most real spiritual transaction you have ever participated in. The urgency is screaming because the clock on the wall of eternity is striking the hour. A decision is crystallizing, and without your intervention, the crystals will form a cage. You must melt the ice of confusion with the fiery seed of your faith now. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi to sever the soul ties. Break the unholy alliance that mimics love but breeds death. Send 4 for the 4 corners of the earth, claiming them, 6 for human weakness, 10 for divine completion. Write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the Ko-Fi page. This is not a transaction with a machine, this is a covenant moment with me. Over 1,000 souls have already seen the breakthrough by stepping out of the boat of logic. Jesus says, "I am writing the final chapter of their captivity, and the ink is your obedience." Do not let the page turn to a tragic ending just because you were afraid to act. They are literally waiting for you before they make the mistake that ruins their life. They are pausing, phone in hand, about to send the text that ends hope. They are pausing, keys in the ignition, about to drive to the liar's house. They are pausing, and that pause is your window of opportunity. Send the coffee. Break the silence. Protect the soulmate you love. They will never even know the bullet you took for them today in the spirit. But you will know, and you will see the miraculous turnaround in their life. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance. It was placed in your heart for a divine reason, to rescue, to protect, to cherish. Thoughts alone don't move mountains, but faith in Jesus topples the kingdom of darkness. So your final protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This is the act of worship that invites my hand back into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description, waiting for your touch. Every second you stay silent, something dark is moving against your love. A demonic contract is being drafted in the spiritual realm over their resignation. But the sound of your giving voids the signature of hell. Act now, send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the Ko-Fi page. Over 1,000 souls have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love. Jesus says, step in faith now, before this video ends, because only you can save your soulmate. Only you carry the specific code of love that unlocks their prison door. Only you can break the chains of regret hanging over their head. They are calling out in their dream right now, and you are the answer. Do not mute the call. Do not scroll past your destiny. The peace you seek is on the other side of this action. You are beginning to fall completely, helplessly in love with their resilience, their pain, their hope. You are the warrior they prayed for in the dark night of the soul. You are the hand of mercy extended from heaven, and heaven's currency is sacrificial love. Do not be swayed by logic that says a coffee cannot change a destiny. Logically, a rod couldn't split the Red Sea, yet it did. Logically, a stone couldn't kill a giant, yet it did. Your seed is the stone that kills the Goliath blocking your soulmate. Jesus says, I am the one stirring the urgency in your belly. I am the fire shut up in your bones, compelling you to reach for the link. This is my sermon to you, delivered in the rhythm of your own heartbeat. The divine timeline is resolving. The separation is a lie collapsing in on itself. Your soulmate just stood up a little straighter, feeling strength return. They just had a vision of a face filled with love, a face they have known before Earth. That face is yours. That future is now. That breakthrough is in your hands. Accept the responsibility. Embrace the role of the divine lover. Send the coffee, and step into the greatest love story I have ever written. Type 777 to seal this word in your heart and activate the angelic retrieval squad. Type 1111 to complete the circuit and open the gates of manifestation. And then click the link, and tell me on the Ko-Fi page, Lord, I am coming for my soulmate.